Hello, everyone, and welcome to Meet the Vets, brought to you by the Veterans Network. I'm your host, Alexis Rodriguez, and in today's episode, we're celebrating Father's Day here on the show. So a special shout out to all those military dads, either active, reserve, retired. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, spend the time with your family and friends. And in lieu of today's holiday, we have a special guest with us here today. He is an Army veteran, he's the Senior IT Project Manager for American Airlines, and he's my father. Ivan Rodriguez, welcome to the show, Pops. How you doing?
How you doing, son? How you doing?
Good. How you liking Telemundo?
Loved it. Got a small tour here and been here about probably like 4 years ago and still looks great.
Awesome. Remember just how it was back then?
Yeah, sure did.
Improved a little bit, hopefully?
Yes, and I got to meet a few more, executives and leaders here, so it was a nice conversation.
Awesome. So IT Project Manager, how is that? What does that entail for you at American Airlines?
So I work for American Airlines. I'm a senior IT project manager, and I manage all the desktop and infrastructure projects for the airlines. For example, every time you go travel to an airport, Miami, Tennessee, New York, whatever, we manage those projects. We do desktops, we do the networks, circuits, that type of thing. So
so you build
the
out
whole aspect
like
infrastructure,
networking infrastructure and all of that for airports.
Correct, for airports.
So you're building new airports and also upgrading older airports, right?
Both. Yeah, we do both. When we go to a site where it's new, where we don't have any existence, we start from scratch.
Wow.
And build out the infrastructure for it. Or we do refurbishment, upgrades. Upgrade the counters, for example, or reservation center, build it out new. But we do both.
And that involves a lot of travel for you? You have to go to these sites, or you send your tech guys now?
We used to travel a lot as a project manager, and as you know, the work method has changed after COVID, so now we do a lot of it remotely, a lot of it, but before I used to travel a lot, and I got to see the world. Domestically, internationally, South America, the Caribbean.
Right, because your sector is more like the LATAM area, right?
Correct. Yeah. That's the area. South America, Caribbean, and Mexico, right?
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So let me take you back a little bit.
All right.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? Where did you grow up?
So I was born in New York. We lived there till I was about 7.
Okay.
Grew up in Queens, and my parents decided to move to Miami. And I grew up here in Miami the rest of the way. Went to school here, high school, college, and that's basically where I'm from.
Yeah, and our side of the family, your side of the family is Colombian, right?
Colombian, right. My parents are from Barranquilla,
Yeah.
exactly, and your side, they're Cuban descendants, so we have the Cuban-Colombian mix.
So let me ask you something now that you lived in both New York and the Heat. Are you a Heat fan or are you a Knicks fan, New York fan?
Right. So as a New Yorker, I'm a Jets fan.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not good here for Miami.
Yeah, I know you're a diehard Jets fan.
Yeah, that's right. So, it's just something that you don't grow out of. You grow up seeing them, and even though I'm over here, I still go for the Jets and suffer. Been suffering
they
for,
don't win much,
what is it, 40 years, 50 years now? And hopefully now with the new quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, we move up.
Maybe.
And
we'll
as far as the Knicks, the same thing. Knicks, I used to follow them, but I kind of lost it, so I do follow the Heat now. So
okay.
This past week, this past week has been tremendous. A lot of stress, a lot of, watching.
And how was it growing up in New York?
New York was different than here. New York, there's no, we lived in the city, so there's no grass. There's not a lot of parks. We played in the streets, baseball in the streets. First base is the mailbox. Second base is the sewer. Third base is the car, you know what I mean? And home was a smashed can.
Yeah.
So it's a different...
Playing stickball, right?
Stickball, right. Yeah. Stickball. We played handball a lot. We played stoop ball a lot. You don't see that here in Miami. But when I got here, it was different. I saw grass. I saw baseball field, real baseball fields where we can run around. And so it was a big change. The weather, of course. And, New York is crowded and a lot of people. But
and you played baseball growing up, didn't you?
Yeah, I played a lot of baseball. All my life, played a lot of baseball through middle school, high school. senior baseball after I was an adult, 25, 30 years old. So always been pretty athletic.
Yeah. No.
and everything. Well,
yeah, been to a lot of your games.
Yeah.
That's why you played. All right, so Pops, let's talk a little shop. What made you decide to join the military, and why did you go Army?
Yep. So when I got out of high school, I started going to college full time, and I could say I made a little mistake. I was going to AMP Aircraft Mechanic School in George T. Baker here, so
Okay.
I was doing 2 full-time schools at the same time.
Wow.
I went from like 9 to 4 to Miami-Dade, and then from 5 till 10 to the Baker School. And I got a little burned out
I
after
can
2
imagine.
years. Yeah, it was full time. So in hindsight, I wish I just would have done one, and that's it. So one day I said, I need a break from this. I went to a military recruiter, right? I wanted to go to the Air Force. The Air Force was really where I wanted to go. But they wanted a 6-year commitment for what I wanted to do,
Oh, wow.
which was aircraft maintenance,
Okay,
jet aircraft mechanic.
You weren't ready for that.
And no, right next door there was an Army
The
recruiter,
Army recruiter, yeah.
holding up a sign that said, "Hey, you can come over here. You don't have to sign only for 2 years."
Okay.
So I went over there, took a peek. I asked him, "So for real, only 2 years?" So I thought, you know what, 2 years
Why
is
not?
not
Yeah.
such a big commitment. If I don't like it, I can always
can
get
get
out
out.
in 2 ways.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, and I signed up, and I joined for 2 years in the Army. United
So what
States
did you
Army.
sign up for? What was the job?
So my MOS was aircraft structural mechanic
Oh, okay.
and also power generator mechanic.
Oh.
But I got to tell you a cool story
Okay.
after I joined the Army, right? So I went to basic in Fort Dix, New Jersey,
Okay.
and then MOS in Fort Belvoir, Virginia, which is right by DC and all that area. So it was great.
Mhm.
When I got to permanent party, which was in Fort Hood, Texas, once I got on there, I'm always fiddling around the gym and working out or whatever. At the gym, they had a boxing team tryout sign on the board there. in
Oh,
the
wow.
gym.
Yeah.
I've never boxed ever in my life, right? And I said, you know what? I'm
Why
gonna
not? Let's
go.
go for
Yeah, I'm
it.
gonna go see what's it about. I saw it, and they, hey, sign up, meet here at the field. We're gonna do some training. We'll see what happens, right? So, got to the field. There was probably like 30, tryouts. Heavyweights, middleweights to light flyweights, and they said, all right, if you want to try for the boxing team, the first thing you got to do is you got to train for 6 weeks with us.
Oh, okay.
So that's what
To
we
get in
did
shape
to
and all
get
that?
in shape. So
Yeah.
we trained. I signed up for 6 weeks. We were at it, running, hitting the bags, training, moves, all kinds of things.
Mhm.
And once you know it, I made
You
the
made
team.
the team. Wow.
I made the team. We had a little amateur tournament.
Yeah.
I won the tournament there.
Wow.
And I really thought, well, it's over. It was great. Whatever.
And
And
let me get your weight class. It was like super flyweight or something.
light
like that, right?
flyweight.
Light flyweight.
Yeah, 106 pounds.
Yeah, we're small dudes. We're a small family.
Right. I weigh 130 now, so you can imagine the difference.
So you were at what? How many?
106.
Wow.
106 pounds. Yeah.
That
But
was
I
my
was,
weight
you know-
when I wrestled in high school. Yeah.
Right,
I was
that's
the small.
right.
I was always the small guy.
Me too. Always the smallest. And it just worked out. And the coach came after the tournament. He said, "Hey, you interested in being on the permanent boxing team, the
Wow.
U.S. permanent boxing team?" And I said, "Sure." Yeah, he said, "Come see me tomorrow in the office, and I got you your special orders."
Wow, look at that.
So they gave me what they call SD orders, special duty orders.
Okay.
So that made me a full-time boxer in the Army.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's crazy. I
That's
think
awesome.
back, and it's like being a professional
Right.
full-time athlete, and that's
Yeah.
all I did for 2 years.
I was just train and box.
Train and box, train a routine
Wow.
daily. We got up, we ran at 7 o'clock in the morning from 7 to 8, had breakfast, and we were in the gym at 11 till like 3 every single day.
And
Every single day.
how did the fights work? You get matched up.
Yeah, by weight
Different
class.
fights by
right.
weight class,
By
yeah.
weight class and tournaments, different tournaments that we had throughout.
And you would go to like any tournaments, just representing the Army, or,
we
or it's like Army
represented
versus
the Army.
Navy guys versus
we went
Marine
to
guys.
Armed Forces tournaments where you would fight the Air Force,
Right.
fight against the Marines. We went to the San Antonio Olympics,
Oh, cool.
and we drove there, and it was just like a regular, here are the boxers, and you fight these guys. So,
Okay.
so it was
So
cool.
I would imagine in that type of tournament, the guys have bragging rights, right? Like, oh, the Army guy beat the Navy guy.
Oh
or the
yeah,
Army,
for sure.
You know,
For
the
sure. It
Marine
was
beat up
always
the Army guy. or
always a
something like that.
competition.
Yeah.
Sometimes there was scuffles in the stands.
Ooh,
an
yeah.
Air Force guy versus an
Yeah.
Army guy before the fights. It's
Before-
like it's like because somebody said something or you
Yeah,
said
they're-
something or
they're
he
smack
pushed
talking.
me,
Yeah.
talking smack and
Yeah.
then
Yeah, that's how it is.
So yeah,
Branch
so that-
rivalry.
So my career, I was in the Army, but I was actually a boxer for 2 years.
Mhm.
I was never, I never got deployed. That was my deployment,
Right.
which
right.
is my special duty. Once in a while, I went to my unit, which was at the air base. We had a small air base in Fort Hood,
Okay.
and so yeah, I mean, I didn't get deployed like some of the vets like yourself, to
Right.
Iraq and be in a war and all that. But
At that time, was there a conflict going
No,
on?
no
You
conflict
didn't have
at
any
all.
conflict.
No.
What years were you in?
I was in 85 to 87.
Okay.
85 to 87. But yeah, no, I was proud. I was proud
Oh,
mainly
absolutely.
because I never thought I was gonna do that at all. Who thought that I was gonna be?
Part of the boxing team. Yeah.
And I'll give you a little secret there. I didn't know this, but my boxing coach was the 1988 Olympic boxing team coach.
Wow.
Right, and
That
we
won?
had
That won the Olympics? Or-
that won the Olympics.
gold?
He was the coach, right? And
Okay.
I had 3 of my teammates win gold in
Wow.
1988. Yeah, that were teammates side by side, that traveled, and so
And
it
you
was.
didn't get to compete in the Olympics?
No,
No.
because I got out in 87. That was in 88, the
Oh, okay,
Olympics.
okay.
Yeah. I did go to the Olympic Training Center in
Mhm.
Colorado Springs. So that was really
Got
nice.
to train there a little while.
Got to train, got to meet the Olympic athletes, got to run in the mountains in the snow. So it was good. So
Nice.
I brought something for you. So you
Oh,
can see.
uh-oh.
Uh,
He's got a present for me here.
I pulled this out of, as you can see, I pulled this out of a box. It's been away for many years.
Okay. What do you got here?
But if you can read it,
Let's see.
and you can maybe show it a little bit.
Let's see. Department of the Army. This is to certify that the Secretary of the Army has awarded the Army Commendation Medal to Specialist 4 Ivan Rodriguez, the United States Army. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so that's a commendation
boxing
medal.
team,
A lot of
It's
people in
Army
the Army
commendation
don't get a commendation
Yeah,
medal.
that's
So
awesome.
that's pretty cool. So I want you to have it and
Oh, no way.
have it as a prop maybe here for
yeah,
your show,
absolutely,
and
absolutely.
maybe
Most
clean it up a little bit. It's been away.
It's been away
It's
since
been
the
away
80s, huh?
For the 80s,
Yeah.
but
Wow,
I thought
absolutely.
maybe
I
you
got a new
can
prop for the show here.
hang it around there, and
Awesome.
so anyway, that was my career in the Army.
That's
yeah.
great. That's exciting. I mean, you don't hear
Yeah.
that type of story.
No, it's
A lot of times you hear, I was in the military. I did the drill and ceremony. I got deployed to Afghanistan. That's good. You have
Right.
like a special, unique type
Yep.
of story.
Yeah, it is
and
kind
an
of
athletic one.
unique. Yeah,
That's awesome. That's
So
awesome. So
it's-
how do you think, with you joining the military, that training that you got, especially being an athlete for the Army and all that, how does that prepare you for what you're doing now, like in your corporate career
Yeah,
now?
so I'm in the firm belief that any military branch prepares you a little bit for life.
Right.
It gives you the skills, organizational skills, teamwork. It
Absolutely.
gives you a sense of pride. Sacrifice. You work here at Telemundo. You gotta sacrifice some time to
Absolutely.
prepare yourself.
Mhm.
Humbleness. And it gives you pride for your country. That's one
Absolutely.
thing
Absolutely.
I like a lot is that pride. So I take all that and I try to use that at my everyday work and at American Airlines. Been there 33 years, so
Yeah.
something has worked out pretty
I still
good.
remember the day that you got the call. I
You
don't
do?
think we even had a phone in your house at the time. in
That was
Princeton.
right after the
Right?
hurricane.
Yeah, right after the hurricane,
the
you
house
ran
was all
down
destroyed.
the neighbor's house.
That's right. You're
to
right.
make the call. And then you ran back to the house and like, wow, what are you doing?
going
You were
on?
like jumping and skipping, like, yeah, I got the job. you know?
Yeah. You're right.
I still remember that
Good
day.
memory. Good
Yeah,
memory.
yeah.
I went to a
That's true.
neighbor's house because we didn't have a phone at that
Yeah.
time. Yeah. So
And 30 years later, wow.
30 years
That's
later.
a long career there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you see yourself going in about 5 to 10 years? Now that you experienced the military, you've had, your 30 plus years at American Airlines. What's next?
I see myself retired.
There you go.
I want to work.
Yeah, you don't want to work it. Yeah.
What, 5 to 6 more years, and that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's
Okay.
been a long journey.
It
you know,
has,
and
yeah.
been up and down, been all over the place. Done a lot of jobs with American.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I hope I can retire in 5, 6, 7 years.
Awesome.
That's
Okay.
really my
Yeah, you definitely
my
deserve
goal.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
you're working hard for
for a long time.
long
yeah.
time,
So
yeah.
I hope so. I hope that's where my journey takes me.
awesome.
Yeah.
Great. All right, Pop. Let's do a lightning round here. A couple of
All
rapid
right.
fire questions. So let me know.
Okay.
Get me a right hook, a jab with the answers you give me here.
All right, let's see how this
All right.
goes.
So first question: if you can be trained by any boxer, famous, deceased, anyone, who would you pick and why?
The style that I liked was Oscar de la Hoya.
Uh-huh.
You know, that style, that the way he fought. I like the way he trained. I saw him for many years as a champ. So I think that would be the boxer that I would pick.
That you would pick to train
Yeah,
you.
to train
Nice.
me. Yeah, to train me.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Let's see. If you can be in any career, any job, real or fantasy, doesn't matter.
Real
Like
fantasy,
you're
yeah.
picturing it, dreaming it in your head. What career would you be doing, or what job would you be doing?
I would like to be.
I think I know what it is, but I'm gonna let you.
Okay. Let me know if you guess right. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
go
A professional baseball player.
Oh no, I was way off.
You were off. Okay.
I was gonna say a fighter pilot. I thought you always
Yeah.
wanted to be a fighter pilot.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a story about
Yeah.
that fighter pilot. That's what I always wanted to be. That was my
Okay.
dream job, right?
Yeah.
So in high school, I started flying. I got my solo license when I was 16 years old, flying by myself out in Homestead Aviation.
Wow.
And then after a while that I didn't qualify for pilot because of my height. I think you have to be 5'4" or something like that, and I'm only 5'2". So
Yeah.
I said if I can't fly them, I want to fix them. So that's why I went to
Oh, okay.
aircraft
Yeah, that
school.
makes
right?
sense.
So after a while, the time went by, and then I would go to all these parks, roller
Mhm.
coaster parks. Disney,
Oh, ride the roller
right,
coasters.
and I couldn't take. My stomach couldn't take the
Oh
rides.
no, you get queasy.
I get queasy
Really?
right away. In any ride, any simple roller coaster, turn it,
Wow.
So I realized that I don't think I had for it to be a pilot. So
Yeah, no, you gotta
I would,
deal with
I
the
would get
Gs
sick.
and
Yeah, I think I would
maneuvers and
get
all that.
sick and throw up and that. So even though it was a dream job, but probably not a good fit for me.
That worked out, I guess.
yeah. But no, professional baseball
Professional
player.
baseball. Okay.
That's
And
what
let me
I
guess,
was-
for the Mets.
Yep,
Maybe
for
the Mets, yeah.
the Mets. Why Queens, right?
Yeah,
Queens.
yeah,
I lived in
absolutely.
Queens. The Mets were, 2 blocks away from where I lived,
Yeah.
and so for the Mets.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. What's your hidden talent, if you have one?
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
It's a hidden talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a musician.
Yeah.
Yep. I play saxophone.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. I play saxophone at the church that I
Mhm.
go to. I mess around in a band with my friends. I don't know if you remember my friends from
right.
high school. They
Yeah.
still have a band, and I play alto sax, and I love it. I still pick
That's
it
awesome.
up. I jam at home.
I wish I was musically
to my
inclined.
family, and I just have a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
It's an escape, that when I'm playing
Absolutely.
it, I've got the music.
Yeah.
I forget about the world, forget about work, and
That's
enjoy
what,
it so much.
That's what video games are for me.
Yeah, there you go.
Like,
yeah, there
man,
you
when
go.
I put my headphones on and I dive into a game, that's just
so
like,
that's
do this
my
for
hidden
me.
talent that a lot
Awesome.
of people don't know. But yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I love
Okay.
it, Yeah.
Next question. What is your favorite military uniform? If you can pick any uniform.
Yeah, I like the Air Force the Air Force light blue shirt with the dark blue pants.
Okay.
I don't know what they call it, but not the khakis or the camouflage, but just the regular, and not the dress one either, but the one that everyday one.
It's like the everyday work.
The everyday.
Outfit,
That's the one that I liked. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even think they have that anymore, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I think
but
the
anyways,
uniforms are.
I thought it was
they're
pretty
like
sharp.
tiger striped camo or something like
That's
that.
what they are now.
Yeah.
It used to be a light blue short sleeve with dark blue pants, and they had the hat that was kind of pointy. I don't remember that.
Yeah,
hat.
like the it's like the old school.
The old
World War
school-
II fold.
Yes,
folding cap,
that
something
one.
like that?
Correct, correct. Yeah, yeah, that one. That was my favorite uniform, and you know, I never got to wear it.
Yeah.
Because I went to the army.
Yeah, we went army. I remember you
Yeah.
telling me, you need to go Air Force. You need to go
Yeah,
Air Force.
remember
That's
when
the
I
best.
was-
They have the best chow halls, the best bases.
When I was guiding you, I was saying,
Yeah.
Air Force,
No.
go Air Force, go Air Force. But where did you go?
Yeah,
Army.
I was like, no, I want the real. I want to stay in the woods and shoot guns and stuff. So I went army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Air
Awesome.
Force was more country club, they call
The
it.
country club, yeah. The hotel
So,
kids,
yeah, exactly. So,
all right, last question.
all right.
If I handed you $1 million right now, what would you buy?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. I think I'd help out my family more than anything.
Nice.
You know, if whoever owes whatever on their house, maybe pay off
Yeah.
some of their mortgage or something. My parents
Nice.
or my sisters or my wife's family, you know. My wife's family is from Mexico, so, you know,
Yep.
they're
Yeah.
not as well off as we are here,
Absolutely.
or
Yeah.
privileged as we are here. So,
Right.
yeah, I'd probably help them with that. Yeah. There's nothing that I would say like, oh, I would buy
Your own personal jet or
Ferrari
something like that.
or,
No?
you know, or a yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Simple guy.
I have everything. Everything
got
that
everything
I
you need.
that I need, I have. Yeah.
Awesome.
Pretty much.
Man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There's nothing that I'm wanting. So yeah.
Good. Good.
So,
Well, Pops, it's been an honor and a pleasure talking with you today.
it's been an honor, and
I just want to say good luck to you in the rest of your career. Hopefully, you
Yeah.
get to retire here soon. And from one veteran to another,
Yep.
thank you for your service.
and I want to say to you that I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So proud
Thank
of you
you.
for everything you've accomplished here
Appreciate
at
that. Bob.
NBC
Appreciate
Universal and your veterans network. You know,
Absolutely.
it's
So-
a great space to.
So, as a little thank you for coming on the show, I want to present to you an official Veterans Network
All
dog
right.
tag from NBC.
Oh man, this is
So
nice.
that's for you.
Wow, it's heavy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
heavy duty.
Beautiful.
So-
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, Bob. Well, everyone, thanks for watching today's episode. As always, if you're a veteran, if you know of a veteran that you'd like to be featured on the show, reach out to us at meetthevets@nbcuni.com. Send us a message to connect. And, happy Father's Day to all you military dads out there. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And always stay tuned for the next exciting veteran story right here on Meet the Vets. Take care, everyone.